Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. In the last part, we took on the 2.2 dungeons. I got slightly annoyed, because of course, stuff got pulled early, and... Anyway, I'm here at the Waking Sands at Urianger, and let's take on Alize's Pledge. Well, of course, this was an ending quest of Binding Coil, but... full glad am I for thy safe return. Lady Alize hath apprised me of thy many experiences. Why am my cursor down there? As thou wilt doubtless be aware, Master Louis Sois was my lady's grandsire. Gravely concerned was I for her safety, but what would seem I needn't have been so. With all my heart, I do thank thee for watching over her. But come, thou must speak with Mistress Alize upon that which transpired. Oh my gosh, my issue within the Binding Coil may it serve to bring us closer to the truth of the calamity. Shall we begin there? Then, Urianger, I understand you have a report of your own to share with us. Aye, my lady, even as thou didst emerge from the depths, an etheric disturbance betokening primal activity was observed. In Mordona was it marked first. By comparison of time and magnitude, we have since deduced its origin, the Cardinal Flats. Strange, there have been no reports of primal activity in that region. It could have only been Bahamut. That would certainly explain how we came to be in northern Thanalan. Somehow that cavern took us all the way from Vilbran to the heart of Aldenard. Would seem so, my lady. It is all but certain then. After Bahamut disappeared 5 years ago, he hid himself deep beneath Cartano and has since lain dormant, regenerating. Aye, my lady. Taken together with thine own account of Bahamut's continued presence, the land's slowness to heal and the disorder of the etheric currents do point to one conclusion. Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eorzea's life force till he doth awaken to rain ruin upon the land. I got this. Rest assured, I do not mean to give up, Arya. Bahamut may still live, but so too this grandfather. For the past 5 years, he has been keeping vigil over his nemesis, making certain that the primal does not escape. Master Louis Sois doth yet live? I durst not hope, and thou art certain 'twas no mere manifestation of thine all too sorely felt grief? I know how desperate this may sound, Urianger, but I saw him with my own 2 eyes, as did Arya. But he vanished deeper into the labyrinth before we had the chance to speak. 2 more, like fragments of Dalamud, pierced the earth when the lesser moon fell. One we have seen. If we can but find the other 2, I'm certain that we will find grandfather as well. If thou so believest, my lady, then I too shall have fate. If it please you, I shall notify the grand companies of this development. All Eorzea must stand united if we are to avert a repeat of the calamity. That will not be necessary, Urianger. Being the great conciliator that he is, Alphenor will seek to unite Eorzea of his own accord. If rumors are true, that endeavor is already well underway. So let us leave the diplomacy to the diplomat while we continue our investigations of Bahamut. I swear to you, no matter what it takes, we will find my grandfather and uncover the truth of the whole of the calamity. Arya, you have heard me swear to do these things, but without your strength, I cannot hope to make good on my word. The danger to Eorzea is not past. For the sake of all who abide here, I pray that you will ever be our sword in the darkness. Yep, you got me. Ahem, so let's actually move on to the second coil now. Another turn in the coil. A crystal-choked abyss lieth beneath the Cardinal Flats, the unholy cradle of an elder primal, and by thy hand were truths great and terrible wrested from those once celestial depths. Yet, as is oft the case, an answer doth breathe a profusion of questions, and the unknown doth beckon with irresistible allure. Never have the mysteries of the Red Moon lain so neatly within our grasp. Lady Alize hath sent word of her coming. 'Tis time once more to brave the precipice, and leap unflinching into the jagged wound that doth gape beneath the land. Mine apologies, I trust I have not kept you waiting over long. Nope. Arya, I am both delighted and reassured to have you at my side once more. I would not waste your time with trivialities. Let us proceed directly to the discussion of that which we have learned and that which we hope to learn anon. Initially, it was evidence of a new primal that led us to delve into the cavern beneath Castromosodens and to explore the subterranean scars left after the fall of Dalamud. As you will well recall, what we found was a vast, largely intact fragment of the fallen satellite, and within the depths of the structure we discovered not the new primal we had expected, but the broken form of Bahamut himself. Yet even this great revelation would seem overshadowed, or soon be overshadowed, by the appearance of my own dear grandfather. I since shared our sundry findings with Rambros, preeminent scholar of the Sons of St. Coinage, and he, in turn, did kindly furnish me with his theory concerning the other primal's elegant prison. So it seemed that Dalamud was constructed to gather up unto itself the rays of the sun, and thence channel the radiant bounty unto the crystal tower. The ancients saw a great potential in Bahamut's capacity to manipulate energies of otherwise unmanageable magnitude, so it's for this reason that they did bind him within the Red Moon to serve as its living core. Do you remember the sight that greeted us at the culmination of our journey? The colossal devices that surrounded and seemed to cradle the incomplete form of the Elder Primal? From the information provided to us by the Sons of St. Coinage, we have learned that these contraptions were termed internment hulks, and that each bore the designation Ragnarok class. The purpose of these hulls is believed to be twofold. First, they are meant to act as binding coils, rendering Bahamut incapable of escape. And second, they are meant to feed him. Perversely, the self-same energy which prevents him from moving also serves to sustain his corporeal manifestation. Bahamut is permitted to neither die nor truly live. He merely is allowed to be. For century upon century was the Elder Primal thus imprisoned, bound about in feathers so subtle in their working, yet so adamant, that though his cell be destroyed, Bahamut lieth yet at the mercy of his long-departed captors. It has long been held the primals require the prayers of their faithful followers to exist, yet no more like to worship Bahamut. Could it be, then, that the Allagans found a way to simulate prayer itself? It seems the only logical explanation. I would postulate, therefore, that the regenerative mechanism in question also supplies something akin to the power of prayer. Consequently, if all of the interment hulks were to be rendered inactive, Bahamut should dissolve into the ether. Upon the evidence of thy previous foray, we determined that the Elder Primal is sustained by 3 such binding coils. Thus did we commence to scour the realm and found in the 12 fluid an as yet unexplored fragment of the Lesser Moon bearing a most familiar etheric signature. And after conducting a preliminary investigation, we believe that we have found the point from which this North Shroud fragment and the second of the interment hulks can be entered. As the Ordea's sword in the darkness, I would have you once more lead the charge. I will, of course, be there at your side. Once you have made your preparations, head to Falgord Float and make yourself known to my assistant, Separate Lieutenant Nael. The fallen fragment is not far from the settlement, and her position provides a convenient rendezvous point. Alright, we gotta head for Falgord Float. I will break these elegant feathers, for they bind my grandfather as surely as they bind Bahamut. Okay. So, let's head to Falgord Float. Arya Aryana, I've been expecting you. My name is Nael. I have been accorded the rank of lieutenant within the Order of Twin Adder, that I may better assist Lady Alize with her endeavors here in the Twelvewood. Such authority has allowed me to act without interference from the local soldiery, and to conduct a preliminary investigation through the Alder Springs fragment. From what we have seen of the exterior, the structure shares many common features with the one you explored in Lanasia, and likely plays host to a similar complement of guardians. But I fear words alone will do little to prepare you for what lies ahead. pray seek out my comrade to the south and west. He is charged with observing all that occurs in the vicinity of the fragment. We'll be well pleased to show you the thing, if nothing else. Alright. Let's head to the Sharp-Eyed Serpent Private. It's been a while since we've been down here. What business brings you to this broken land? Unless you fancy being ground to a bloody pulp under the granite fist of a wandering golem, I suggest you bugger up. You see... Oh, my apologies, madam. Lady Alizé did send word of your impending arrival, but it would seem I've grown rather too accustomed to shooing away curious sellswords and reckless explorers. Behold, if you will, one of the fallen shards of the Red Moon, DALAMUD'S. Our initial survey uncovered no evidence of the Empire's presence, which, while fortunate in itself, means that the approach to the fragment had yet to be cleared. After much effort, however, we succeeded in carving out a semblance of a path which should grant you access to the entrance, and that, I'm afraid, is where our progress ended. The interior, well, assuming that the architecture of this hulk resembles the first, the master controls you seek will be located on the bottommost layer, past all of the ingenious and deadly defenses of which the ancient Alligans seemed so indecently fond. If you would know more, I'm afraid there is nothing for it but to brave the depths of the fragment yourself. Lady Alizé will soon be arriving at Fallguard. Pray do not tarry on your way back to the lieutenant's post. I imagine her young mistress will be most eager to commence the expedition. The road ahead promises peril aplenty. I would humbly suggest that this is not the occasion to stint on preparation of provisions. May the 12 watch over you. Alright, let's head back to Fallguard Float. Mr. Tariana, I trust the private's explanation was worth the journey. Simply securing the approach to the fragment's entrance proved a monumental task. Dare not think what defeating its inner defenses will entail. If there's aught I might do to aid you... Oh, Lady Oz... Oh, my apologies, Master Alphino. Has there been a change of plan? Ariane J informed me of the impending expedition. I merely came to exchange a few words with my fellow Scion before she disappeared into the depths of the Second Coil. Arya, though I would strenuously deny it were she present, my sister's admiration and affection of our grandsire exceeds even mine own. Upon the matter of his legacy, therefore, Alizé is wont to go above and beyond the call of duty. In our grandfather's absence, she has made the salvation of Eorzea her personal crusade. 'Twas that which prompted her to brave the perils of the first coil. Yet the fact that she risked her life in this manner is not the greatest of my concerns. No, it is her subsequent fixation upon my grandfather's shade that worries me most. This quest to rid the world of Bahamut must not become a quest to save a man long dead. My sister must needs a better reason to fight. The time will come when the fate of the realm rests upon our shoulders, and when it does, we must be strong in our resolve, and certain of the stakes for which we risk all. There is a wide difference between fighting for the good of Eorzea and choosing for the love of a man who died for the good of Eorzea. Alizé must choose her own path. She cannot rely on grandfather to choose it for her, for he is gone. I'm glad that it is you with whom she makes this journey. If Alizé is to discover a deeper purpose, then where better to find one than at the side of Eorzea's greatest champion? 'Twas there that I found mine, after all. But 'tis past time I was gone. Fair fortune in your endeavors, Arya. Ah, Lieutenant Nael, was it? I appreciate you making no mention of my presence here to my sister. Lady Alizé is due to arrive at any moment. I shall abide in confident expectation of your triumphant return. And with that, the Second Coil of Bahamut is now accessible. So, let's go ahead and do this thing. Your foray into the caverns beneath Castromosynons has led you to an unexpected revelation. The incomplete form of Bahamut, harbinger of the calamity, slumbers deep within earth. though seemingly a prisoner, the Elder Primal is gradually being regenerated by the massive Ragnarok-class internment hulks that surrounded the unmoving entity. Alizé reasons that if Bahamut's full restoration is to be prevented, and all 3 coils sustaining the repairing, the dreadful must be deactivated. Oh, dreadful being. I'm like, bleh. Filled with new determination, you assemble a group of courageous comrades and set your sights on the fragment of DALAMUD found in the North Shroud. DALAMUD'S Shadow, also known as Second Coil of Bahamut, turn 1. So, much like the first turn, this is known as the 6th turn specifically. We are going to have to deal with a batch of, well, trash enemies. And that just made me jump. Gosh dang it. How strange. Why could we not see all this before? I suppose it's only to be expected if the corrupted crystals should accompany a disturbance of this magnitude. After all, the fragment likely pierced the ground to a depth of many hundreds of YALMS. The swirling aether leaking from the wound must warp the very air, creating a veil that hides these formations from view. Well, it is not as if we expected this to be a straightforward task. Let's tread carefully, shall we, Arya? It's imperative that we win through to the depths of this structure and disable the mechanism that powers Bahamut's regeneration. Of course, if we should chance to encounter my grandfather upon the way, I shall not let him go again, not while there is hope that he may yet be saved. But mayhap we should put such thoughts from our mind until after we have successfully gained entrance to the place. The opening up ahead appears to be a suitable point of ingress. So, we've got to take care of these golems, but more specifically, what we actually have to take care of is this dark matter cluster, because the golems are just going to keep spawning, I do believe, until we take it out. And we're going to have to repeat that one more time, as you can see over in our duty log. And this golem's kind of clipping through the wall. Don't mind him. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He'll make it. He's also have a nice little vulnerability down effect, not up, down. So this is going to summon some roselets. Oh gosh. Oh, and there's a lunar golem. And well, that's it for the trash. They cut down comparatively. This is where they definitely learned a lot from the first batch, and they made this, well, easier. So this is Rafflesia. We're gonna try and try and show some of the moves here, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So I actually don't remember much about this boss. I've soloed it. It looks like it does some physical vulnerability up stacks. It's doing a thorny vine, which is going to do damage over time, as you can see it like so. It's also summoning some ads. Ow, that hurt. Oh, so this marker means it's about to throw a thing that's gonna suck me in, and ow, I've been devoured. And I'm being spit out. And I'm spit out. And I believe that's the main basics here. Blighted Bouquet. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm hurt. Okay, I'm no longer hurt. We're good. So yeah, obviously, like, if you were doing this on level, you'd want to have 2 tanks here, and I think this Briar is actually supposed to help with this. World Trap. Aha! I figured out the secret! More like I remember the secret, actually, but... Alright, so... AoE, and yeah, that's the basics here. Oh, we've got some slugs this time. Let's take these out. No. Getting a little bit of a pissy mode here. Oh, we've got some acidic honey. Oh, they just buffed the slug up. Help! Ah! I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dead. Ow. I got a pissed off slug on me. Oh, we got another thing here. I don't know what this one does. Oh, just does a big pew pew laser. And that's turn 6, as I'm just gonna call them. And what they're normally called. We've got turn 6, 7, 8, and 9 here. So this was turn 6, or second coil turn 1. He got eaten alive. That hurt. Alright, let's pop these treasure chests. Oh, I can't descend that quite yet. Don't know if these sell for anything still, but hey. Worth a shot. Oh, and yeah, you actually have to walk back here to make sure you get the map and not just leave via hitting your duty menu thing, because you'll miss that piece of the map. I don't want to do that. I think I actually did do that for a little while. Oops. Alright, turn 7. After battling your way to the base of the colossal fragment impales the ground in Alder Springs, your party enters the structure through an opening in its outer shell. The sight that greets you is an endless procession of azure-lit passages, within which can be glimpsed the grotesque silhouettes of chimerical monstrosities. Ah, it's one of these where you don't get the cutscene until you've actually walked in. Of course. Alright, let's open that bulkhead and get that cutscene. Oh, I think I remember which one this is. That armor! No! It couldn't be! Be on your guard, Arya. Though it defies all reason that he should live, I know of only one who wears such armor. He whom the Empire raised is the Black Wolf himself, the legatus of the 7th Legion. I speak of the madman who brought the Meteor Project to fruition. We faced the White Raven Nael von Darnus, harbinger of the 7th Umbral Era. Nael von Darnus? Ah, that was the name of the fool who perished upon the eve of the Promised Age of Glory. should not be uttered within these hallowed halls. Out of love for his loyal servant, the one true deity named me Nael Darnus. The one true deity. Bahamut! He speaks of Bahamut! Oh, Lord Bahamut, thy name is as sweet water to the parched lips. How my heart swells at thy sacred touch. This blessed sanctum is the domain of my God, and his beloved children seek to defile its glory, and you will answer to me. Oh, goodness me. Oh yeah, I definitely know which one this is. How is this possible? From what Alphino has told me, Nael was slain on the eve of the calamity. Whatever the truth of the matter, we must be on our guard. There can be no reasoning with the worshippers of a primal. Alright. Say alright, and then we walk right into another cutscene. It's true, we haven't actually had our introduction cutscene as the Outer Coil. Otherwise known as Turn 7. Or Turn 2. Second Coil, Turn 2, however you want to look at it. Turn 7. So we've got a maintenance module here, some Lamias, and a Dread Guard. So just gonna be a bunch of trash for a little while. We've got, yes, it's another trash elevator. Moving to Sector 2. So specifically we need to defeat these maintenance modules so that we might progress. We do not have one in this batch. We do have a Chimera to deal with, though. Well, not too bad. Proceeding to Sector 3, arriving in Sector 3, moving to Sector 5. There's another maintenance module for us to beat up. Also the music. And there's our last maintenance module. Moving to Sector 7. No, not that Sector 7. Elegant Cobra, and Lamia Foyer. Moving to Sector 8. Alright, and this is the final sector. Bioweapon storage. So this is Melocene. I believe it's been in other Final Fantasy games, like the specific enemy name, but it is a Lamia type enemy. So there's gonna be some petrifying going on, because Lamias are typically equated with, well, Medusa. And you can kind of see here that Conal there, I believe is her Tank Buster. Cursed Voice. So there's also going to be a bunch of ads. And, well, I've tried to solo this one. It took me a few tries to actually do it. Ow. Yeah, there's a little bit of petrifying going on here. Wait, so we can actually, like, watch the fight. But, yeah, that's pretty much the basics here. She's also getting some attack ups, and... yeah. Honestly, that flame thing is just like the major thing that like hurts here. Well, we've got some more ads, and the middle of the arena has officially changed. And that. And a marker. Yeah, yeah. I don't know much on what to say here. Oh. We've got another thing going on with the arena. I want to say that if you're standing on it when it goes off, it does damage to you. It's usually how that goes. I'm not used to it being so slow, I guess. Oh, Lamia cross sectors. Yeah. Lamia cross sectors surrenders your life, Melusine that reveals her true form, and now you have to look away from her. Otherwise, you will get stoned, much like that Gigas there did. Look away is, well, yeah, it's not always just set to a specific thing. It can sometimes just be the entire area. And that's the second coil. Alright, let's crack those open. Get the map, not leave without getting the map, because... yeah. Alright. Continuing on, turn 3, or otherwise known as turn 8. This one could get really messy. Your party activates the coil's lift-like mechanism, and at depth 3,256 YALMS arrives within the interior of the internment hulk proper. The great cavern where the other primal Bahamut dreams is yet many thousands of YALMS distant. Explore the labyrinth passages of the Ragnarok-class starship and secure a route into the lowest levels of the hulk. This could be interesting. You could probably get lost very easily in here. Oh, goodness me. Or we could just find our way very, very quickly. That's also possible. So there's going to be these patrolling nodes going throughout the area, and as you can see, there's different levels and stuff, and... Like, wait a second, 3 people? Oh, no, it's just Alex. I'm reminded the passage is beneath Astrum Occidens. We must have traveled quite some distance below the surface. More of the same tunnels. 12 be good. Surely they cannot continue all the way down from the upper floors. It is difficult to see inside, but I have a terrible feeling these corridors house more of the dreadful guardians you have already faced. It is said that the Allegans excelled in the creation of chimerical beasts, and that the Red Moon teemed with 1,000 fantastical monstrosities, all to prevent the enemies of the ancient empire from releasing the Elder Primal. I wonder, the creatures that prowl these halls, could they be the beloved children of which Nael spoke? Well, this is yet another mystery to ponder upon our return. Shall we continue onwards? Alright, let us head off. I want to say we go that way. Of course, we just made a friend that now has to follow us up here. Offer is personal detective, activating defense systems. Made another friend. I have friends! Ah, my face. So I want to say... I think this way is the way to go? Or, no, that way. That way. Hello! Don't mind me. Ignore me. You don't see me. La 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 la. I think I just need some more friends. And I'm totally going the wrong way. Help! Like I said, getting lost is, it's going to happen. But also, there's like multiple parts of this map here, and I am having some issues. It's okay. We can return. Activating defense systems. What? Why is it like... the heck is going on here? And there's my friend again. Hello. Please leave me alone. No, don't spawn ads on me. Yeah, it's a slight bit of a maze that I get absolutely lost in. Yep. Also, this boss sucks. So I just don't like this turn, honestly. Okay, I have a few friends coming out of that cutscene. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I really don't like this boss. It has some really, really annoying mechanics. But let's just go ahead and take the shortcut to get to the end, because screw trying to get through that nonsense. If you ask me how to get through it, I'll just say, sorry, don't know. So this is the Avatar! Yeah. Yeah, I barely know this boss. So we're gonna get some murders going on here. So let's see here. Mark place into a cardinal tower to charge it up. So that would be these towers back here. Yeah, this boss gets really weird with Unsynced. Let's just put it that way. go clockwise from D, I believe. So it's gonna do a bleeding sort of tank attack there, just as a regular attack. And yeah, you can see the towers have appeared like so. That was marked. So when you get that little, like, weird circling marker over you, another person needs to come on you, otherwise you will just be bound and die horribly. I'm bound. We're both bound. This could be bad. Like so. Yeah, this boss sucks. Take two! With hopefully less death and being completely, absolutely, utterly confused and lost, and yeah. Maybe with a slight bit more damage going on too, while we're at it. Alright. We got this. Dumb bleeding effect, dumb towers, dumb something. I think... yeah. I got deleted. Seems familiar. Seems familiar. Pretty difficult when you're a little bit solo. Elegant Field. Damage taken to explosion, which will trigger when the effect ends, or you are killed. But that's the basics of the Avatar. The Avatar is honestly a pain in the butt. And there's that big explosion from the effect ending. My camera is like right on that thing. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of turn 8, honestly. We beat it. So that's what counts, right? We're past turn 8, that just leaves turn 9. Oh wait, turn 9's a pain in the butt too. Oh my goodness. Couple belts here. Hopefully they sell for something. I don't know, I kind of doubt it anymore. Since trial players can access this now. Turn 9. At the depth of 6,329 YALMS, your exhausted yet determined fellowship enters the Hulk's operation decks. An impossible scene unfolds before you, the surreal landscape bathed in the crimson glare and holding the promise of epic conflict. This might be fun. This might be fun. She says while crying. That surely cannot be Dalamud. Where are we? The final resting place of Nael Van Darnus. This is a grave for the undeserving. And for the crime of trespassing upon my God's sanctuary, this place shall serve as your grave too. No! In the hour of his failure, Nael Van Darnus felt the currents of ether begin to bear away his essence. Before oblivion could claim the last of him, a divine will reached out, and I was born. Then did the words of my God resound in mine ears. Bring unto mine enemies crushing defeat, that they might know despair without end, and claim thee thus the victory which thou wert the once denied. Would seem the little remain of Nael's essence when Bahamut plucked him from the brink of oblivion, and the result was a strange simulacrum. Nevertheless, her aura bespeaks great power. She channels the rage of the elder primal himself. Lord Bahamut, thy wish is my command. None shall escape thine unquenchable fury. Come, ye dull, unthinking beasts, bare your teeth. They will avail you not in the calamity to come. Nael Deuce, darn us! So, these markings are for a specific mechanic that we will get to in terms of some golems that will be spawning. Should be, interesting. Yes, interesting. So, I don't have much to say for starting this off. Little tank buster. And we're gonna try and push her down as much as we can for now. We will. Don't worry. We'll see mechanics. Even we're doing this. Stardust is going to give some markers on us. Doing a good job at doing the same thing twice. This thing is absolutely massive. It has a massive region. Now, this will be interesting. I just got absolutely deleted. This may have to be a reset. Okay. You can get deleted by just walking to the edge of ring. Let's try that again. With less, getting absolutely owned by golems. Because you have to feed them, and yada yada. And here's Stardust again. Okay, well, I'm just gonna watch from here again. So we've got that sort of thing. I think we've seen that. Maybe we haven't. But it's one of the markers that we'll definitely be seeing in future content. So now we kind of just have to wait for her to do her thing, and yeah. With lots of targeting markers and meteors dropping, and yeah. And more meteors dropping, and more golems dying. I should probably target this golem here. So it has haste and normal stance. Alright, maybe she'll She'll be done with her thing this century. 10 seconds to Mega Flare. So yeah, each golem has to eat 2 of the little meteors. Heaven's Fall, I believe this is just mass AoE. Or, no, it's this. Oh, this. I have never fully gotten this, but there's going to be uplifting things going on in these 2 areas, so you have to fight her in a specific part. And there's these Bahamuts on the, or dragon wyvern thingies on the edge. They're going to be shooting at people, and yeah. We got deaded. Alright, so I'm doing some game. Let us clear this thing already. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That took a few tries to actually do there. Turns out when both party members don't have a bunch of HP, you can't kind of cheese through the meteors. I also knows I'm on the red mage because we were seeing if that would help me stay alive better with the lack of a other healer. But hey, that's turn 9. Don't worry, it only gets harder from here. Only gets harder. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Poor creature, whether you had never been born. You had surrendered your physical form and collapsed into ether, but the haunt denied you death and imprisoned what little was left of you in an ethereal shell resembling what? I remember. I wonder. Images from your memory, perhaps? But that shell is now broken, and your primal deity seems disinclined to sustain your existence. My primal deity? I kneel to no icon. What need have I to beg the favor of such filth? I am Nael the Undarnus, legatus of the 7th Legion. No. A moment. My thoughts are clouded, and this body is not mine own. Could it be that you spoke the truth? Was I ensorcelled by the Lesser Moon's ancient prisoner? That will not happen again. You speak as if Bahamut no longer controlled you, but that's impossible. Once a primal ensnares a mind, it cannot be freed. Unless Bahamut simply relinquished his claim. What need has he of a broken spirit bound for the ethereal realm? Oh, that I should fall prey to the very influence I sought to purge from the land. The irony is galling. But do not assume that all of my actions were chosen for me. It was my will the Meteor Project be resurrected. Mine and none other. Yet, it seems that my grand designs were destined to fail. Even the ungentle release of death was denied me. Nael, please, you must tell us more of the calamity. I must know the truth of what has befallen the world. What became of my grandfather, Archon Louisoix? You are Louisoix's grandchild. Ah, the fates are generous with their cruelty. Continue on, if you would have your answers. They await you at the terminus of your path. But know that this path leads only to despair. The light of truth was ever harsh and unforgiving. Why do you say this? Grandfather will be freed once we put a stop to Bahamut's restoration, will he not? What are you not telling us? Steel yourself, child. Only unbending resolve and merciless strength can conquer what lies ahead. The weak can do naught but weep but under the pall of their own misery, as did the frail child I once was. Silence, chattering raven. Your wretched wings are broken. You shall soar no more. My crimson moon, your brilliance sears mine eyes. I recognize that voice, Arya, but never would he say such words. Come, let's finish what we came to do. All will be put aright when the final hulk lies dormant. Grandfather will be himself again. I'm sure of it. Bahamut regenerates more swiftly than I had anticipated. Let's hope that disabling this coil will serve to slow the process. The display seems different, but the controls appear to mimic the mechanism we found in the Lanosian hull. Shouldn't pose a problem. Arya, forgive me. The moment I beheld Nael's transformation, hope wilted in my heart. I did not believe he could stand against the manifestation of Bahamut's power. For all your fabled strength and skill, I felt certain that I was going to lose you, just as I lost my grandfather. Even he, a man for whom naught seemed impossible, was humble before Bahamut's might. And yet, look how far we've come. It is incredible the feats of which we are capable, our boundless potential. 'Twas this capacity for greatness, I believe, that grandfather so dearly wished to protect. With all that has occurred, I have come to understand that much at least. 'Tis done. Shall we make our way back to the surface and gather our thoughts? We have seen much that will benefit from Urianje's learned perspective. Grandfather, it is you. Then why? Abandon this quest, Alize. I will not countenance further sabotage of the coils. Sabotage? But we must disable the coils if we are to prevent Bahamut's revival. Your defiance seals your fate. No, no, you are not who I thought you were. My grandfather would never. Foolish girl. How could the White Raven allow herself to be bested by such sniveling opponents? Listen well. We all exist at the pleasure of one divine will. And the word of Lord Bahamut is absolute. Scurry back into your holes, vermin. You've been granted this one reprieve, but should you be so foolish as to crawl into my lord's domain again, I will crush the life from you myself. That light in grandfather's eyes. He has suffered the same fate as Nael. My grandsire is no more. That was not but the phantom that profanes his noble memory. This mockery must be expunged. I will not rest until I free grandfather's soul from Bahamut's tyranny. Do you hear me, Bahamut? Your time is at an end. Eorzea and my family will be avenged. Can I change jobs here? I can. Sweet. Let us find ourselves the exit. Alize's resolve. Truly is wonderful to escape that stifling air and return to Northern Thalwan again, it would appear. I must thank you, Arya. Were it not for your bravery, I strongly doubt that I would be standing here now. But you need not tarry on my account. The danger is past. Pray, go on ahead and apprise Urianje of all that has occurred. We'll join you anon. My thoughts are yet unruly, and I would rest here a while. Pray return to the Waking Sands. Good thing we have some leftover tickets. A triumphant hero doth return, then I speak of the dread task's completion. The second coil now lieth dormant. Yet I sense the tidings thou bearest are not altogether glad. Pray tell me, what ill hath cast a shadow which followeth now across thy brow? An old foe and an old friend. So 'twas but the ethereal shadow of Master Louisoix that Lady Alize beheld, an unnatural conjuration enthralled to the elder Bramel. That the fiend should deign to choose him of all men, even in full knowledge of the shade's true nature, be hard pressed to weather such a confrontation. Yet what agonies must the young mistress have endured! Such torment did she ne'er deserve. Mayhap 'twere better if the Lady Alize did absent herself from future forays onto the coils. I've come too far to surrender to grief, Urianje. My lady, I am resolved to defeat these fiends, and naught shall sway me from my path. Now, let us peer more deeply into the well of our discoveries. As you wish, my lady. By your leave, I would speak first of the coil's late guardian, Nael Van Darnus. Van Darnus was a legatus of the Guardian Empire, who strove to bring about Eorzio's final destruction, only to fall even as the sixth sun did set. If thou hast heard tales of the White Raven, it is he of whom they speak. He, I say, for Nael was for certainly no maid. The noble house of Van Darnus, as we discovered all too late, had long safeguarded the wisdom of ancient Alec. 'Twas thus that the legatus came to learn the true nature of Dalamud and seek to employ the Red Moon as a weapon against Eorzia. But the crystal tower and the mechanisms required to command the satellite yet lay hidden beneath the ground, compelling Nael to construct a far less subtle mechanism. In his first faltering attempts to communicate with Dalamud, he did likely rouse the satellite's slumbering prisoner. And thenceforth did the White Raven's soul belong to Bahamut. He was fortunate indeed to acquire so powerful a thrall by chance. 'Tis little wonder he was so loath to part with him. Why let a simple thing like death deprive one of so useful a pawn? Though I may accuse him of bungling Van Darnus's resurrection, I dare say Bahamut was as content to have a handmaiden as a manservant. I only hope that the two thralls we encountered were the extent of his flock. Yet cannot help but dwell on Nael's words, those beloved children of whom he spoke. I assumed at first that he referred to the moon's beastly guardians, but should Bahamut have enslaved other mortals, we must needs remove the source of worship. Otherwise, our efforts to disable the coils shall be for naught. Forgive mine indelicacy, my lady. Thou art wise indeed to speak of expunging the primal thralls, but canst thou truly pursue a course which that would cost thee thine own grandsire? My heart and mind are as one on this matter. Grandfather's salvation can be won but by a single method, the destruction of Bahamut, and aught that might serve to sustain him. Arya, will Urianger and I endeavor to ascertain the existence of any further thralls, suggest you grant yourself a moment's respite. Rest assured that I will contact you the moment I have need of your inimitable talents. That we have achieved so much I owe to you. I fear, however, that our trials have barely begun. Though time had dulled the pain of thy passing, I find I am wounded afresh. Master Louisoix, what good shall come of this unending search for knowledge and truth? Long have I believed the pursuit of such treasures to be the duty of every true Charlan. Yet when even new revelation serveth only to help heap further anguish upon those whom we would fain protect, must we truly reach for more? So, you have found your resolve, dear sister. Will you now find a use for the secret, for the key that only you and I hold? Given our familiar propensity for curiosity, it is well remember that keys may serve to seal doors as well as unlock them. Bahamut is a most unwelcome guest to whom the door should never have been opened. You can handle the truth. Alright, so I believe... yes, so that leaves us with... 2.3 next, I guess. Oh boy. Yeah, so... I guess, thanks for watching. In the next part, we will go ahead and head for the 2.3 story. As far as I know, we will. So... yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keep being content like this. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye-bye!